you guys, welcome back to Mayfield Ranch. My name's Katie. Today we're out in the garden and I'm going to show you how simple it is to save seeds from basil. So there's a couple ways to get free basil plants. One, and a pretty simple one if you want it for the same season, is to propagate the plant by cutting. You just cut the plant, put it in some water, super simple. The other way is to save seeds. So I'll show you just how simple it is to save seeds from basil plants so you have them for next season and years to come. So I'll show you just how simple it is to save seeds from basil plants so you have them for next season and years to come. So let me show you. So for the sake of this example, I'm using a plastic, just a gallon Ziploc bag. If you have that, you can use it. If you have like a little paper bag, like a little lunch paper bag, that'll work perfect. So all you're gonna do is, I like to look for the ones that have started to dry out a little bit, but there's still some green on them. And I'm just going to pull from the bottom and kind of pull up. I'm trying to be a little careful because there's a lot of honeybees here. And I'm just going to put this in my bag. So let's grab another one. I'm going to kind of come up the plant here and grab them and put that in my bag. Let me bring you in a little bit closer so you can see exactly what I mean. So you see how the bottom is kind of dried up but the top is green? These are kind of dry, the top is green. Those are the ones I like to pull seeds from. If you wait until they're all the way brown, a lot of times they've kind of opened up and most of the seeds have already dropped. So we're going to grab this one here. I'm just going to try to pull on it, pull up, and just get these pieces in my hand, put them in the bag. You can see some of the seeds are already coming out. So let me try to show you what the seeds look like. If you flip the flower over, you'll see those little black spots there. Those are the seeds. It's kind of hard to see. They're super tiny. So basil is such an easy thing to grow. It grows really well. It's really pretty. You can use it as companion plants. Like I love to plant it near my tomatoes and peppers. It works out great. Not only just for picking when you're gonna make like a fresh caprese salad right from your garden, grab some tomatoes, grab some basil. It works fantastic. But the other thing that I like to use it for is for cut flowers. So it's nice as a companion plant and I just put a ton of them out in my garden. And then if I ever want to make an arrangement of cut flowers, I like to use basil as a greenery. It smells amazing and it looks beautiful. And the other side benefit, one thing I really like about basil is the pollinators love it. The honeybees are all over it. So if you see, as I go out and harvest some of the seeds, the honeybees are all over. So I'm being really careful not to bother them as they're working and getting some basil. Here's a bag. And let me try to show you. See all the seeds that have already fallen out? So what I use in the bag is I just try to mush the plant material, kind of rough it around just to help the seeds kind of fall out of the plant material. Now the seeds are heavier and so they fall to the bottom. So you can see, kind of see all the seeds we have there on the bottom. So you can definitely get a lot of seeds off of one basil plant. So what I try to do here is just take the flowers and I just want to rough them up. I want to try to get that seed to just release. So I'm using one hand to do it here just so I can show you on video. But you can also just put both hands inside of the Ziploc bag and run the flowers between your hands, kind of rough them up and the seeds fall out. If you shake them a bit, all the seeds will fall to the bottom and you see we have quite a few seeds here. So now we just need to get these separated from all the flowers. So what I'm going to try to do is shake this bag and I'm just going to try to get the seeds over to the bottom, like kind of over to the bottom corner. So I can put a small little cut here. Hopefully just the seeds will come out and we can keep most of the plant material in the bag. So in order to do that, we've got to make a tiny, tiny little cut here So I'm just gonna try to put a little slice. Not big at all. Then I'm gonna just hold it over the plate and I'm gonna shake. If you can see, it's super tiny, so I'm just using my fingers to kind of just help the seeds come out. I don't want to make a bigger hole because I don't want to have to separate the plant material. It's a lot of work. So I just want to have just the seeds come out. Kind of a tough angle to show you guys. But all I'm doing is just use my fingers to just help the seeds come out of that tiny little slit. Okay, you guys, so this definitely does take a couple minutes to get everything out here. I sped it up so you can see, but it was certainly easier to do this than try to separate all the plant material from the seeds a different way. So if you guys can see, most of the seeds along the side we got out of the bag. There's still some there, but for the most part, they're just right here at the end. So I'm trying to just be careful to try to coax out just the seeds, leave the plant material behind. Okay. Okay, I think that's good enough for right this second. So the method that I use to separate all the leftover plant material like the flowers or leaves from the seeds is angle the paper plate and then just use my fingers to move the leaves or the plants up to the top, tap very gently so that the seeds that are a little bit heavier fall to the bottom of the plate, and then remove the plant material. So I do this several times. I sped it up just so you guys can see what I'm doing, but this works very effectively. Okay, so we'll clean up this plant material, get this out of here. Put this in our little discard bag here. So I will go ahead and just let these sit out on the counter for a week or so, just to make sure they're completely dry before I put them in a container. If you guys have basil growing out in your garden, then go ahead and try saving seeds this year. You'll have plenty of seeds for plants next year and plenty to share with friends and family. Thanks you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.